checking my connection. Looks like this one is better today. It's not saying I'm live, so if I am, aha, there, now it says I'm live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Sunday. Don't worry that it's cloudy out right now. I've already checked because I knew it was supposed to be warm. The sun will come out, not tomorrow, but today. We're just going to have to wait a little while. Just like I'm waiting for you to come to your mat. Good morning, Eva. I laugh every time I look. I can see my little Amazon box in the corner there, and it's not that I'm too lazy to fix it. It's that it's actually just a box my cat plays in and out of all day long. She has a bag and a box, and we all need to do things that keep us entertained, right? I told my kids, I wonder if this is what she does. Does she go into the bag and the box when nobody's home, or is she doing that just for us? Hi, Cindy. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Laura. Oh, so I hope everybody is feeling good. I hope everybody is still smiling. I went for a walk yesterday, and a neighbor that I actually watched when they got a puppy, it was 3 years ago. They had this little itty bitty adorable golden retriever. And yesterday he's way up by his house, and he makes a point to talk to me as I walk by. I'd probably been by that house, I don't know how many times over the last 3 years. I love seeing people reaching out that you have not reached out to before. That instead of that awkward glance and look down at the ground, people are making eye contact and even saying more than just hello. So a little good, a little light coming from all of us. All right, so we are going to start a little different this morning. If you're playing music along, you can grab your musical device, but we're actually going to start standing. And it doesn't matter if you're standing long ways, short ways on your mat, stand whatever way you can look at the screen, which I usually discourage. For this, I'm going to encourage it. Maybe I won't get any spiders today. That'd be great. So instead of your big toes touching, leave a little space between your feet, lining them up. I never say with your hips, because especially women, we're like, oh, with my hips, I'm out here. Your hip bones, your shoulder bones, and your heels all lined up. Leave the arms next to you. Don't worry about flipping palms or rolling shoulders. Lift up your toes, wiggle the toes. Feel your feet. So you're not lifting the balls of your feet, just your toes. And then settle the toes in. Root in all four corners of your feet. Close your eyes. Unless that makes you dizzy, then pick one spot to stare. And start that breath in and out through your nose. I don't want the music too loud so that they delete me. Breathe. And at first, you might not notice that autocorrect. We take standing up tall for granted. We actually had to practice to master this skill. And when you stand in one spot with your feet rooted, and maybe even with eyes closed, you'll feel the body doesn't just stand like a stick straight. Your body, like a tree, moves right and left, forward and back. Yet we don't fall down. We're not even aware of that constant shifting. 99.9% of the times we stand. Again, that reminder, if you haven't come to your nose-to-nose breath, Doesn't need to be dramatic, just letting it move in and out. Maybe as it moves in and out, that breath starts on its own to get a little more depth. Energy increases. Take notice of head and neck and shoulders. Pushing your tongue against the roof of your mouth or clenching your jaw. You're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. When you get that breath in, let it linger in your lungs. Open your mouth, let it out. Take that deep breath in. We're going to hold it again. Let it linger. Let it out. One more round. Breathe it in. Let it out. Start to roll your shoulders. You need to bend one knee and then the other. Sometimes we stand up straight and we lock the knees. That can actually cause you to pass out, believe it or not. Bring those arms out to T. So if that's not an encouragement to keep some softness in the knees, I don't know it is. Please don't pass out on me in yoga. So we've got those arms reached out. No matter which way your palms are going, we're going to start to make some small circles going forward. And then those circles grow bigger, still going forward, that same direction, until you come to the biggest circles your arms have this morning. And that's going to depend on your range of motion. Nice. And then start to make the circle smaller, bringing it back into that small spiral in the center. We're going to leave the arms out in T. Let the left arm drop and the right arm reach. Come back to T. Take it to the other side. Come back to T. We're going to keep these side bends. Breathe. Exhale. Inhale, middle. Exhale, side. Inhale, middle. One more time. And then when we come back to center, we're going to twist to the right, keeping the arms out in T, not taking that reach up, just reaching back. Inhale, come forward. And left. And forward. Take it slow so you don't get dizzy, right? And middle. Maybe those arms are getting heavy. That's what we're hoping for. Come back to center. Now we're going to take those circles backwards. Start small. Begin to grow those circles slowly. If you were doodling in class your sophomore year, making circles on your paper while the teacher talked, start to shrink those circles in again. Nice. And when they're nice and small, we're going to start those side bends. Doesn't matter right or left. I think actually in the camera, I'm always opposite. Breathe. One more time to each side. Nice. When you come back to center, we're going to take 2 twists, turning to the right. And center. Again, stay slow. One more time, right. And center. And left. And center. You can stay that way or you can turn with me. I'm bringing my hands to my hips. You can as well, but I want you to know that we're using the hinge in the hips. We're only coming halfway down. Keep your eyes out in front. Inhale, come up. Hinge in the hips. Favor your low back. Use that hinge. It's what it's there for. Nice. Breathe. Maybe those shoulders grateful for a pause. 2 more times, warming up the hamstrings by this repetitive movement. That next time you lean in, let yourself fold. Still conscious of that hinge in your hips, being kind to your low back. Looking over the left shoulder and the right. Maybe nodding the head, yes and no. One more breath. And we're going to root boot back into the feet. And this time on an inhale, stand all the way up. Circle your arms to the sky. Exhale, bring those hands to heart. Maybe even a little bounce, a little skip in your step. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Hands to heart. Press palm to palm. Feel shoulder blade attracted to shoulder blade. Feel feet rooted to the floor, the crown of your head drawn towards the ceiling. Breathe. What intention do you have on this Sunday morning? We've really been able to simplify what that intention might be. More time to look in. Know the emotions that we're feeling. The majority of them, not saying nothing is new, the majority of them we've all felt before. And then we have things to distract us. We have work, busyness, schedules. We don't have time to think about them. We have to shove them in the back of the drawer, put them in the back of the closet, hope they don't pop out later. This is our time to maybe clean out the drawers, clean out the closets, look at the things we were avoiding. Maybe not even intentionally, so no extra reason to be cruel to yourself. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. So from here, we're going to heel toe those feet a little wider than the shoulders. Lower down, yoga squat. Bring the elbows in the knees. See about lengthening the back. Breathe. Instead of just doing things to get them done, we do them with a little energy, different energy now. Because we have plenty of time to get them done. So what is it that gets you moving? When is it you feel inspired? Can you find more of those moments? Bring your hands down. We're going to lift our hips up. So we're in a forward fold. Continue to heel toe those feet so they're even wider now. You're in that wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold in. We're going to create a little bit of heat in the muscle again. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold in. 2 more. One more. Let yourself fold in. Maybe it's hands to the floor. Maybe you are one that likes to grab opposite elbows or reach hands out for your feet. Maybe you walk your hand back behind you. Breathe. Don't think you need to try them all. Don't think there's one superior to the others. The one that wins is the one that works. One more breath. And wherever those hands have gone, bring them back out in front so you can lengthen the back. I gotta be able to see. We're gonna put a bend into the left knee. Now maybe your bend keeps that right foot flat. Maybe your hips lower and those opposite toes lift. Breathe. I love a little crouching tiger. Tiger lunging. Somebody referred to it to me as the quarantine warrior. I like it. Maybe it'll come with us when we leave our houses. Walk your hands through center and find the other side. Breathe. So depending on where you have the toes on that long leg is going to determine where you feel it on the inside of that long leg. Nice. We're going to come back to that wide-legged fold, straight legs right in the middle. Walk your hands to the right foot. Bend the right knee and lower the left knee down. Come up to fingertips, looking up. You're in that kneeling lunge. Maybe those hands come up to the right knee. Maybe arms reach up. We did a lot of warming up of the shoulders. It's also a good time maybe bringing hands to hips, bringing elbows behind, pressing the heart forward, more opening across the front of the shoulders. Nice, beautiful. We're gonna move into half splits. So wherever your hands were, bring them down, rock the hips back. Start to straighten your right leg and lean in. Think about keeping those hips aligned. So that means your right hip's not way out in front of your left. That right hip, left hip, could put a pole right through the middle of them. Again, the direction of the toes on that long leg will make a difference in how much and where you're feeling this. Your breath is going to affect how much and where you're feeling this. Even being present to notice sensations is going to change where and how much you feel this. One more breath. And then we'll bring that right foot to plant. Tuck the back toes, let that left knee lift. Walk your hands through center, through the long edge of your mat. Take a pause in that wide-legged fold. We're gonna take those quarantine lunges, those quarantine warriors to the left. Nice. And then through the middle. Visit the other side. Nice. And then back into that wide-legged fold. Walk your hands over to the left. Bend the left knee, lower down the right. Settling in. When you feel steady and ready, bringing those hands wherever you're bringing them. To your knee, to the sky, to your hips. If you're bringing to your hips, they're not just sitting out to the sides. They're squeezing behind. A little bit more of a back bend and a heart opener. Beautiful. One more breath. Bring the hands down from wherever yours were. Bring the hips back enough to straighten out the left leg. That left leg long, leaning in. Breathe. In our practice, we look for the things that are working. We look for the things that feel like alignment, that feel like moving us closer to where we're heading. Do we look for those markers throughout our day, things that tell us we're going in the right direction, things that resonate and feel good? Nice. Bring that left foot back. Go ahead, bend the knee. Tuck the back toes. Lift that right knee up. Walk your hands to the long edge of your mat, turning those 10 toes. And we're going to heel toe the feet in, back to that yoga squat distance apart. Lower down. And then lower all the way down to your seat. Stretch those legs out to a V. We've warmed those inner thighs up. Might as well take advantage of it. Reach up. We're going to side bend to the right, taking that right arm down the right leg. Left arm up and over. That left sit bone stays down as those left fingers reach. 10 toes and 2 knees. Point at the ceiling. Inhale, reach up. We'll take it to the other side. Left arm down the leg. Right arm up and over. Breathe. Notice what happens when you're just hanging and waiting. Notice what happens when you're engaged with your breath. Seeing what it moves. Come on up. We're going to draw the soles of the feet together. I know I'm a little cut off there on the screen. Soles of your feet together. That cobbler's pose, Babacan Asana. And then lean in. Breathe. You've got this. You've always got this. You've always had it. Breathe. Where do you feel this? Is it the back of the hips? Is it those inner thighs still? Three more breaths. And then coming up to sit tall. Bring those legs into comfortable crossed legs. Let your hands rest on your knees. I've been offering these quite a bit, maybe because I like them so much. Normally I'm not practicing with you. So with the hands on the knees, they're like holding them for joysticks. You're going to lean in. Sweep your heart across the front. Steer yourself all the way around. Move it slow. Notice if there's places that are a little rocky. So we know that this practice is going to build strength. We know that this practice helps with flexibility. We know that the combination of those two might result in feeling a little more toned or strong. We don't often think about, when you're ready, you're going to go the other way. The impact these movements have on what's going on at a level we can't see. Our digestive system, our elimination system, cardiovascular, everything taking place. A lot of the things taking place right in this concentrated area, and how the movements along with your breath can help and impact there. When you're ready, sit up tall. Relax your shoulders. We're going to take those fingertips like tents out to the side. So your fingertips press down. Drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Keep those 10 fingers gently pressing the floor. Inhale, bring the head up and over to the other side. Nice. Bring the head up. Stretch those arms out to T. Again, we're going to cross right arm underneath the left. We're working into those eagle arms. So maybe you're grabbing a thumb. Maybe you're finding palm to palm. Maybe to help settle the shoulders in, you squeeze the elbows in towards the chest. And then start to pull forward and slightly up. It's almost invisible, the amount of small movement, but it's felt behind the shoulder blades. Think about keeping your belly button up and your low back long, straight, and strong. You're going to take those arms, unwind, stretch them out. And then we're taking it the other side. Left arm goes under that big X. Find your palms. Shoulders can be really tricky one side to the other. So come into this with fresh eyes. No expectations. Breathe. Beautiful. One more breath. Be super mindful of those shoulders as you unwind and reach out. We're going to come forward to tabletop. So making your way to your hands and knees. You find tables. Hands are underneath shoulders. Knees are underneath hips. Maybe you rack those hips side to side. Maybe you rack your table a little front to back, like an unsturdy card table. But once you're ready to be strong in the center, palms pressing in, so you're strong through your shoulders, tops of your feet, not light, but grounded. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, look in. Take it at your breath. Inhales, hearts are forward. Exhale, that Halloween cat, hollowed out, rounded spine. Two more rounds. Calm the mind that says, let's do something different. Let's do something more exciting. Stay tuned in. Stay focused. Allow simple to feel good. After those last two, child's pose. So the big toes might meet. There's some space between the knees as your hips settle back and your arms stretch forward. Maybe even quiet enough to feel and hear your heartbeat. Settled in, strong enough that even in this place of rest, you can feel where your body's working. Two more breaths. And then as you rise to hands and knees, we're going to roll onto our backs. Take your time as you come down. When you come down, bring your knees in. Give those knees a nice good squeeze. Rock a little side to side. And we'll bring the arms strong and straight right beside us, palms facing down. And your chin not jutting up. Think about making length from the middle of the shoulder blades to the base of the head, keeping the neck long. Stretch your legs up. Breathe. If you want to play with the feet, point and flex or circle the ankles. Breathe. We're going to bend both knees and plant the feet. Leave a few inches between the feet. Bring the heels as close as you can comfortably bring them to your sit bones. Then we're going to press the feet in and lift the hips. Exhale, lower. And inhale, lift. If you want to add in the arms, they're down on the floor on the exhale, and they take that rainbow route over on the inhale. It's optional. This whole practice, options for you to choose. Also a chance, which we don't think of very often. It's a chance to say no. I think during this, many of us have realized things that we've said yes to for a long time that we may not say yes to again, or we may say yes a whole lot less. Your yoga practice, a place to answer not only the call to action, but sometimes that place where your body gives you that resounding no. That next time hands and hips come down, breathe. We're going to stretch the right leg up, cross the right ankle over the left knee. And maybe this is where you pause. Maybe your left foot comes up. If you want to feel more in your hip, you can flex both feet. Create your own resistance. I could sit here and just hang out and wait. I can flex these feet. I can move this right hip a little bit more towards that end of my mat. I can think about length in my spine. I can create all sorts of sensation here that can't be seen. It's work that only we know we're doing, but that's who matters most. That's who we have to answer to. If that left foot came up, bring the left foot down. Stretch that right leg up, and just like we did with the shoulder earlier, just make some big or small circles with that right leg. If you feel, ooh, there goes my hip, pop, like you want to switch directions, you can. And then we'll bring the right foot down. Stretch your left leg up, and then cross your left ankle over. Again, fresh eyes, fresh side. You choose what this looks like. You're in charge of what it feels like. How's your breath? Do you check in with you and your breath and how you're doing during your day? If you're going to call and check in with friends and family because you know they're important, it might make sense to realize you're important and give yourself that same check-in. Bringing the right foot down. Stretch that left leg up. Maybe make some circles. They can be big, they can be small, they can be whatever you want them to be. They can be circles that can't be seen. They're only happening in your mind. If you want to go the other way, take that circle the other way. Nice. Bring the left foot down. Bring both knees in. Stretch those arms out to T. Let your palms face up. Just pause here for a moment. Where are your shoulder blades? How are your biceps? Are your elbows on the ground or off the ground? You're going to take those knees over to the right. And when you've adjusted that, you're going to pay attention again. Lengthen the spine. Use your breath to encourage your spine to spiral. Nothing is forced. We're just finding what's waiting for us. We're on a little scavenger hunt, a little search through the body to see what's there, what's happening today. Five more breaths on this side. So if the mind was getting antsy, let the mind settle in. Next inhale brings those knees through center. Take a minute, let that low back unwind. And then slow the knees find their way to the left. Again, checking in from the base of the spine up through that turn of your head, whichever way your eyes might be looking. Thinking about the hips stacked and the thighs stacked and the knees, whether or not they are ready or willing to stack. Without touching anything, can you use your breath to help any of these things find their place? Those last 5 breaths, those breaths that come right when you think it's time to go. Slowly bringing those knees through center when you're ready. Wrap the arms around. Maybe they wrap around your knees, maybe low on your shins. Maybe your hands grab your feet. Squeeze it in. And then really squeeze. Engage all of the muscles. Engage your arms, your legs, your face, your belly. Squeeze. Keep it held in, but release. Just releasing the squeeze. And then again, squeeze, squeeze, squint your eyes, your nose. Keep it in the little ball, but relax. One more time, biggest squeeze yet. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then we're gonna come all the way down. We're gonna let those legs stretch out long, arms come beside you. And we're gonna take one more squeeze. You're going to keep the legs, the arms long. Squeeze your hands, maybe squeeze your toes. Flex, like you're trying to pop veins out of your forearms. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 2 more seconds, squeeze, and release. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, let it go. And then again, inhale in through the nose. Sigh that big breath out. One more time, one more cleansing breath before your rest. Don't leave during the rest. If you've done the work, please stay for the best. Isn't that a way we work? We'll dig ourselves a hole. We'll make ourselves tired, exhausted. And then we still think we don't need that pause. We don't need to sleep well, eat well, think well. And then we wonder what's wrong. As hard as we work, we should rest just as hard. There's actually some great doctors out there right now that are encouraging and telling all of the big benefits of rest and recovery. And we can be grateful the yogis knew it thousands of years ago. They've been showing us this as long as this practice has been around. Feel heavy in your feet and your ankles. Let your calf muscles relax and be heavy. Your knees. The biggest muscles in our body, thigh muscles, front and back. And your hips. Relaxing, softening your belly and your low back. The weight you carry on your shoulders, let an exhale settle it into your mat. The heaviness you hold in your heart, let it come out on your breath. Relax your shoulders, down to your arms, right to the tips of your fingers. Relax your jaw and your cheekbones and around your eyes. That tension of worry and fear you find in your forehead, feel how you can relax it just by being aware of it. When you're ready to draw a breath in through the nose, feeling it through all those relaxed places, exhale out all the way. And then begin to use that breath to offer life back into fingers and toes. We can be the anti-Newton's law. We can be objects that can be in motion and stillness and balance it all beautifully. The best way to get unstuck from your couch is to move yourself off of it. When you're ready for that big stretch, reaching behind your head, getting long through your fingers to your toes. One more cleansing breath in. And together, out. Bring your knees in. Give yourself a squeeze full of gratitude. Bring your hands to your heart as you roll up to a seat. Pressing palm to palm, bowing your head, Anjali Mudra, seal it in with gratitude. It doesn't matter what our external circumstances are. We can always find something to be grateful for, even if it's simply the fact that we know we will endure. Thank you for getting on your mats on your Sunday morning. It's an honor to guide your practice, as always. Have a beautiful day. Don't forget, the sun will come out tomorrow, but also today. Just believe. Have a beautiful Sunday. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. I do love hearing from you. I always spend a few minutes at my computer after we're done typing back to you guys because, you know, we'd all be chatting after class, right? So no rush to get away from you. Even though Cindy Fiona did just come out here. She didn't come on camera today. She was camera shy. But all right, everybody, have a beautiful Sunday. The Peace Over Panic starts tomorrow. I think I have 2 spots left. If anybody's interested in it or interested in knowing what it is, you can send me a message. We're just going to play and talk with each other for an hour a day, Monday to Friday. Find a little peace over panic. Work specifically on one thing that's kind of weighing on our minds. So, all right, guys, have a good one. Love you all.